The story goes was that there was a Talmud of the Chassam Sofer. He got a job in a town in Poland. I just saw this book from Yechiel Spiro, just really blew my mind. He got a job as a Rav in a town in Poland. Okay, his name is Reuven Epstein, and he got this job as a Rav in a town. This man was a genius, brilliant man. And he spoke multiple languages. He was very articulate. He knew a lot of things about a lot of things. He used to deal with the government and issues and committees and things and everything. There was a group in the town that decided that how is somebody so smart? It's not possible somebody could be so smart just from sitting and learning. So they spread a rumor that the only way that this man, this Rav, the Rav of their town, was so smart was because he was reading books written by secular authors, which is like the worst thing in the world. And that's the only way that this man could possibly have so much knowledge. So this rumor caught fire, and many people in the town started distancing themselves from the Rav. They started asking other people shaylas. They started going to other people. And the Rav was able to sit and learn, but he was very isolated within his own community. One day, there was an outbreak of some sort of pandemic, a local pandemic, something that was going around. And the government said that there can't be any mass gatherings because it could spread, right? We've heard a thing or two of that, right? So the government said, nobody can gather. This is the chok mehamedina. This is the rule of law. Nobody's allowed to gather. The Rav was approached, that there was a local wedding that was taking place, and they asked him, like, what should we do? So Reuven Epstein, the Rav, he stood up and he said, I've evaluated this whole thing. It's a legitimate threat, and we have to be very cautious. It's sakanas nefashos. Nobody's allowed to go to this wedding. So a few people heard this, and they said, like this modern Rav, the Talmud of the Chassam Sofer, but like he's a modern Rav. We don't have to listen to him. So they decided that they're going to move the wedding into the cemetery, and there it's like sort of off grounds, and maybe we could get away with it. He heard about it, and he said, nobody's allowed to go to this wedding. Anybody who does, we're going to have to take very severe action. This is really pikuach nefesh. You cannot go to this wedding. The wedding eventually took place, but nobody went because they were very scared of, being arrested. But the wedding took place, but there were many people in the town that were very jaded by this. They were like, this Rav, this modern guy comes in, and he's telling us what to do based on science. This is not for us. It came time for Rosh Hashanah, and Reuven Epstein, the Rav, his job was that he was the one who calls out. He's the makri. He calls out the Tekiyos on Rosh Hashanah. He stands up in shul, it's the middle of Rosh Hashanah. He goes up to the bima, and he's about to start. And a different guy comes running up, and he says, excuse me, you could go sit down. We don't need you here right now. Thank you very much. I'll be the makri this year. We don't need a modern Rav calling out. You want to call somebody, you could call the police on people who are gathering for weddings. We don't need you here calling out Tekiyos to Hashem. Leave that to us religious people. You go sit down on the side, and thank you, we don't need you. And the Rav said, like, what are you talking about? I'm the Rav. Excuse me, please go sit down. And a fight broke out, and this guy slapped the Rav in the face. The whole town was in shock. The police came. They had to break up this fight. And shortly after Rosh Hashanah, Reuven Epstein was escorted in shame from this town. That was the story. Now, what was the name of this town? So the Polish name of this town is spelled Oswiem, Oswiem. But the way we pronounce it is Auschwitz. That was literally the center for everything. And there's this I read this, I had chills. Megalgalin schus al yidei zakai, v'chayiv al yidei chayev. When you plant good, good grows. When you plant things that are not good, not such good thing grows. That's the way of the world. That's the way that Hashem created the world. Olam chesed yibana, in the fabric of existence, is either good, chesed, and you plant it, you give it out, it's there. If you don't, then it's not.